Okay, hi Danny. Welcome to lesson number 92. This lesson is going to be awesome because we're going to talk about quadrilaterals. Bunch of quadrilaterals, and we're going to classify them so they're even more specific than quadrilaterals. Remember, quad means four. So it's going to be shapes with four sides, like that, all these various shapes, okay? So first of all, did you know I decided to become a math teacher? But I'm only going to teach subtraction. I just want to make a difference. Get it? Make a difference. How do you make a difference? You do subtraction, right? Okay, let's jump into your facts practice. You are going to do 90 division facts, okay? So get ready for that. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Try and get some music on. Sounds like we
Here at the Princeton Review, we've long said that the SAT only tests your ability on mastering the SAT.
Sorry about that ad. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I went too far. Okay. Alrighty. Congratulations. You are done with your 5 minutes. Sorry, I went too far on that one. Alrighty. Okay, let's jump into the rest of your lesson now. We're going to do some more mental math. Here we go. We're going to find half of a product on these. So half of product means you can do 10 times 80 first and then take half of that, or you can do just 10 times 9. And because you can take half of that to start with, right? So you can either do 10 times 9, or you could do 10 times 18, get 180, and then do half of that and get 90. Either way, you get the same answer. All right, and I'm showing you a lot of baby pictures today because you are gonna be Uncle Danny pretty soon, huh? All right, let's do B. We are gonna do half of 10 times 44. Write your answer. Okay, now we're gonna do half of 10 times 260. Ooh. Remember, when you do 10 times, you just add a 0 to it. That baby looks like he's having fun with that vacuum, huh? D, we're gonna do $14.56 plus $1.98. Now E, what is 37 minus 18? Okay. F, what is 248 plus 155? Look at those two babies fighting over a binky, huh? Okay, now a little review of Roman numerals. Okay, here we go. How do you write this number in Roman numerals? Remember that that 1 means there's a 10 in there. There's also going to be a 5. So remember that 5 is a V. And remember that a 1 is just a 1. So we're going to have, this is going to be, let's see, this is going to be 10 plus 5 plus 1. So in Roman numerals, it will be X, B1 like that, right? Okay, what is H? I'm just going to help you on these because I know Roman numerals is like really new to you. The X means 10, right? And that 1 means 1. Cool. Let's do some patterns. All right, here we go. Each number in this sequence is doubled. That's how you get to the next number in the pattern. And that's why I put a picture of babies doubled. Look at this boy, he's so confused. There's a baby here and then another baby there. What the? He's like, what is happening? Okay, each number in this sequence is doubled to make the next number in the sequence. Find the next 3 numbers. So 1, you double that, you get 2. If you double 2, you get 4. So if you double 4, you get 8. What happens if you double 8? We're going to put that number there. What happens if we double 16? And then double that number. These numbers are getting big very quickly, aren't they? All right, let's jump into the new concept. And the new concept is going to be about quadrilaterals. Remember that a quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. So it's just a shape with 4 sides. So all of these are quadrilaterals. This is a quadrilateral, this is a quadrilateral. These are all quadrilaterals because they all have 4 sides. But you can be even more specific with the names. Now, if they have 2 pairs of parallel lines, remember what parallel means. This is going in the same direction as this line. And this is going in the same direction as this line. So it looks like an equal sign. They're lines that never cross. Okay? So these 2 are parallel and these 2 are parallel. If there are 2 pairs of parallel sides, that means this is a pair and this is the second pair. That means it's a parallelogram. So is this a parallelogram? Yes, it is, because these are parallel and these are parallel. What about this one? Is it a parallelogram? Yes, because these are parallel and these are parallel. What about a square? Is it a parallelogram? Yes, it is. 4 sides, and this is parallel, and these are parallel. Perfect. What about a trapezoid? This is the only one that is not. So a parallelogram is different from a trapezoid. So the first thing you're going to do when you see a quadrilateral, you're going to be like, is it a parallelogram? Or is it a trapezoid? Because it can't be both. They're different. A trapezoid only has one pair of parallel lines. So this is parallel to this, but these lines are not parallel. They're going to meet eventually. They're probably going to meet way up there. See, they cross. So if they're going to meet eventually, or if they're getting further apart, then they're not parallel. This has only one pair of parallel lines. It's a trapezoid. It kind of helps me to think it kind of looks like a trap. Maybe like if you made a trap that looked like this and then a little animal came by, or I drew a person. Maybe it's a trap for a person. And then he falls inside the trap and he can't get out because look, this wall is inward. He can't climb those walls. That would be crazy. So it's a trap, and it's a trapezoid. But you could have a trapezoid like this wouldn't be parallel to that, right? So it doesn't have to be inward facing. It just has to be not parallel. Okay, now what else? We also have, so it's either a parallelogram or a trapezoid, so that's important. That's the first step. But what else is important? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. A rectangle. See the word rectangle? Rectangle means it has 4 right angles. So it means it's a parallelogram, but then it has 4 right angles. What does a right angle mean? It means that these lines make like a perfect corner. Like this is perfectly perpendicular to that. And this is perfectly perpendicular to that. It's like straight up. When it's straight up, you can make these little squares to show that it's straight up and down. They're all straight up and down, so it's a rectangle. Easy peasy. Okay, now, a rhombus. Let's go over the word rhombus. Rhombus is a special type of parallelogram where the sides are all the same length. So if you measured it, it's kind of like a square but tilted. So I'm going to write a tilted square. And the reason it's like a square is because all the sides are the same length. So if you measure this, it's going to be the same measurement as this line. And that's going to be the same measurement as this line. And that's going to be the same measurement at this line. And if you measure them all and they're the same, then it's a rhombus. If they're the same but they're perfectly standing straight up, then it's a square. A square is a rhombus because it fits that definition. It's a parallelogram, and meaning all the sides are parallel, and it's a rhombus because all of the sides are the same length. So as long as they're the same length, then it counts as a rhombus. Guess what? It also counts as a rectangle. Why does it count as a rectangle? Because look at these corners. The corners are all up and down, perfectly straight. But it's also a square because they're all the same size, all the lengths are the same size, all the angles are right angles, and it has 4 sides. So you know a square when you see it, but it's basically a regular quadrilateral, and the word regular means that all the sides are the same, all the sides are equal, and also erase that, and also all the angles are equal. Let's look at the rhombus again. The angles are not equal because you have these angles that are the same because they're small angles, they're acute, and these angles are different. They're bigger. Cool, huh? So that's all the parallelograms. Now you know them all. First decide if it's a parallelogram or a trapezoid. Then see if all the sides are the same length. If it is, then it's a rhombus. Or see if all the sides are perfectly up and down into right angles. If it is, then it's a rectangle. If it's both a rhombus and a rectangle, then it must be a square. All right, let's do an example. The example is, which of these quadrilaterals is not a parallelogram? So remember, the first thing is all the lines are either parallel or they're not. If they're not, then it makes a trap, like a trapezoid, okay? So let's see. This is parallel to this, and this is parallel to this. So this is a parallelogram. So this can't be the right answer because it says which of these quadrilaterals is not a parallelogram. So we're looking for a trapezoid. Okay, what about G? These are parallel, these are parallel. This is a parallelogram. What about H? These are parallel. These are not parallel. So this only has one pair of parallel lines, so this must be the right answer. But let's check I just in case. In I, this is parallel to this, and this is parallel to this. So that is a parallelogram. So the right answer is H. Cool, huh? All right. I'm thinking maybe I'll do one from your lesson practice. Look at your lesson practice, which is the next thing, and it says, describe each quadrilateral as either a trapezoid, a parallelogram, a rhombus, or rectangle. So let's look at A. A shows you a figure kind of like, yep, it's like that. That's A. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's A. So you know what this is because you know a square when you see it. So it is a square. Even though it's not tilted, it's just kind of turned. But if you were to turn it back, then you can see, oh yeah, that's a square. It's just kind of turned a little bit, or I guess it's kind of tilted, but. So if it's a square, what else does it have to be? Well, it has to be a parallelogram because this is parallel to this, and this side is parallel to this side. Cool. What else could it be? Is it a rhombus? Let's remember what rhombus means. Rhombus means all of the sides are the same length. So if we measure it, is this the same as this, and the same as this, and the same as this? Yes, so it is that. What's the next thing it could be? Could it be a rectangle? Rectangle means all of the angles are 90-degree angles, or they're straight up and down. Yes, it is a rectangle because all of the angles are the same. And then we already know it's a square. So it's actually 4 different things. Cool, huh? And it's going to make you do that on B, C, and D. So good luck with that, Danny. Have a great time doing your math. Love ya. Bye.